Double or nothing. Double or nothing. I don't know if we're going to finish this today, folks. I do want to point out down here at the bottom, we have the new enemy types. God, that's horrible. But down here tells you all of the enemy types in this. I don't know how I feel about this. Is it just me, or are there too many enemy types? I was expecting humanoid, elemental, undead, construct. Instead, we're getting like every enemy tag that they have. One's even called Planescape. What? I don't know. All right. Let's do the damn thing. Oh God. Oh God. No. I should have just left it. I ruined. Ah. No, don't you get off. Get off. Oh. Great. Great. Get out. Get out. I didn't want you. You know what? We're going to do Bruno. Forget. I wish they would. That's one thing they need to change is whenever they do these adventures where you're stuck, you can't change whoever's in, they shouldn't put anyone in at the start. This is known information. This is known information. You've known this was a problem because you've done this a lot. So please learn from your mistakes. All right. You know what? I'm gonna do one of these too. Yeah, two of them. You know what? I'm gonna do these too. Screw you. Screw you, game. I'm doing all of this except just because I have them. Why not? Why not? I gotta go with this one because we might have Bruno the entire time. What's for lunch? I had noodles. Yeah. Well, J-Dog, apparently with the skip, well, with the Laura's, it instantly triggers the removals, and I was told that Briv could do the same thing, but I don't know. All right. I'm gonna lose so many champions. I don't like this variant. I don't like this variant. They patched Thor and Bird last night. Well, I'm not using them anyway. I don't trust it. Although yeah, I don't trust it. So here's the thing. We need to go 1,200 areas. So I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna have. There's 15 splits basically. This is Split the Party Casino Edition. There's 15 splits. Oh my god. I mean, if you built a full formation every time, you'd burn through 135 champions. Is that right? 14 splits. Maybe it's 14 splits? I don't know. I think it's 14. Still, that's ridiculous. I had to do this twice yesterday because I put in Brev at 11:25 and almost rage quit the entire game. Look, that wasn't even my issue. I mean, I had that with the lore at the beginning, and I was like, what the hell? It would be worse. It would have been worse at the end. Absolutely would have been. I would have, yeah. Would have been so angry. Yeah. No, I get it. I just this whole variant was a mistake. Like like they really looked at split the party and they thought, yeah, no, split the party's fine. Let's do split the party, but random number of champions get removed, and we're gonna go to like over 1,000 areas instead of the 50 we did for split the party. I don't get it. Like I get they were going for a casino thing, but like at a certain point you got to realize there, you're trying to create an enjoyable puzzle. It can be challenging and difficult, but this is this is the third time they've gone for kind of unique and difficult, and really just whiffed. We're talking turn of fortune's wheel difficulty, right? Like when they just decide we're just not going to give you any gold. Big miss, right? Narak's ultimate. Huge miss. And now this, and it's like all this has come, more recently. It's like they're digging for unique stuff, but I understand that, you've kind of used up a lot of unique features on the way here. But really, really gotta like play test and think about the end user here, because this is not fun. Yeah, and do it 5 more times for patrons. Yeah. Although Monastic put a picture in the Discord. They did it for Elminster, so that's ridiculous. Not a fan of any variant that permanently removes champion. Wait, why did I just die? Gazers. So this is another. So this wouldn't be an issue if we were allowed to use click damage, which we're not. The stun. How? So the one way we can try to manage this is by using limited champions, and then they put in stunners. And my recollection is the stunners can hit anybody. So I'm going to put a second champion in here, but I think they can just get stunned too. J-Dog, today's not the day. Okay, we got through it quicker because we have another person attacking. Okay, thank God. Because I was gonna rage quit. I was gonna rage quit and play a different game, and then just show up to the tutorial show this Saturday going, "This variant sucks. Good luck." Oh no. Yeah, Laylokin. So Laylokin says, I'm not a fan of any variant that permanently removes champs. I don't agree with that one. But I do agree with this second one. I don't like having to set aside large chunks of time to babysit the game. Yeah, that part. Because they've done this before. There are ones that permanently remove champions that I don't have an issue with. The bully 4 variants. The split the party. These aren't enormous chunks of time, and like split the party doesn't take an enormous chunk of time, like this one does, because split the party is only going to area 50. Now the health ramps up a lot, right? But you're still only going 50 areas. And you're only managing the 3 splits, and then it's cruise control through to the end, right? With the bully 4 variants, you're in charge of where the bully goes. You know who you're losing, and you can create a plan. This one is literally what the other one was, what, 1,150 areas, and this one's 1,200, and that's before you get to the patron versions. Like, it's too much, too far. If you were gonna do a variant like this, like the only, like, if we were gonna have to be forced, I mean, we're being forced to do it now, I guess, in a way, or just quit the game. I think a lot of people may just quit the game. I'm really worried about that. I'm really worried that people are gonna look at this and just go, I'm done. They locked a champion behind something that is just painful, and just not stop playing the game. But they could have done this. They could have done this as a variant back here. 500 and 550, 600 areas, 550, whatever. Like, they could have done it at a lower. Oh, it's fine one that doesn't already have it. Like here, 700 something. I know that's still too far, quite honestly. Yeah, but 700 is probably the, yeah. So the lowest place they could have done it would have been like here. But they wanted this special theme, right? And so that had to be introduced. That got introduced down here, and it's like, well, whatever. Yeah, and making you do it twice. One of the best changes they made to Evergreens was removing the variant requirement. So that, you just had to complete the adventure the variant was in, and then you could move on. You could just do the variant, and then you could leave that campaign and come back later. But they are now forcing you to do 2 of them. Like, like on Cruxes, it was kind of like here, get used to this concept. I didn't find the Cruxes that bad. Mainly because it was, because you really could just speed through that one. Like, there is a development phase where you just race right through that, and it's not an issue. But this one's painful the whole time. Also, #Bruner did not live. I don't know why it says, hey, but you can make them eligible with a feat? What? What? I don't know. I don't know anymore, folks. All right. I don't think I want to put anyone from that bench seat in. Go Whittle. I just really don't like this variant. Don't think they know what difficult content is because they let power balloon beyond reasonable scaling. Well, but this has nothing to do with power, really. I mean, you can't... Here's the thing. I will say this. In terms of power, that's a problem they could fix. They're choosing not to. But to make the game... But the super powered accounts are the tiniest minority of accounts. And you just have to not design the game around them. People that do that made a choice. I made a choice going to 9jump. I accept that choice. I accept that I'm going to be able to overpower my champions. And content, is going to be easy. That's a choice you make. It's not their job to then create like a variant like this doesn't change that choice. A variant like this just pisses you off. Honestly. And it doesn't matter how much power you have. Like there's a difference between having a well-developed account, which is what this is kind of looking for, and then just overpowering it. You can't you can have a well-developed account and you can get through this. You can. But not with the current, and here's the big problem. Not with the current legendary system. This is the type of variant you can do if you fix the problem with the legendary system so that legendary power applies to everyone and not just the champions you dump it on, right? Because this kind of situation just screws you with the current legendary system. So I'm all for, having a variant that's trying to, encourage you to have a fully developed account. And not just develop one set of champions. But this is not. I have a well-developed account. I have over decently. I have over 300 average item levels on every champion. Full epic, over 300 average item levels. Lots of gilding. At least level 1 legendaries on everyone, which I know level 1 isn't a lot, but can't do a lot more than that. For everyone. So it just... It's frustrating. This is frustrating. This isn't difficult. This is frustrating. And the way they deal with overpowered accounts, honestly, is having all of the segmented health enemies. But having all the segmented health enemies means you don't need the click damage restrictions, the click damage and fire breath restrictions. Like all of these bosses are segmented health. So you don't have to worry about an overpowered account just one-shotting everything. Nothing worse in a game than babysitting a variant for 2 hours and failing at the end because of RNG. Yeah. And I thought they learned this lesson back in there's a variant, and I forget the name, I think because it's traumatic and I wanted to block it out, where you're losing bench seats as you go. I can't remember what it's called. Horrible. And I thought they learned back then, and I guess maybe it's just been so long they forgot. Everybody gets... This is bugged. That's a bug. I don't care if everybody gets it if they have a stat feat, then that's a bug. So should recognize the difficulty of split the party and limited the number of splits if they were going to do it randomly again. Well, I mean, they should know that, but I think they looked at split the party and they're like, well, everybody breezes through this. And that's not true. They don't breeze through it. I just had a guide for that, right? But it was there's people that get there was a post recently where somebody had been stuck on it for like 2 weeks. It's something ridiculous, 10 days. I don't know. I looked at that and I was like, you've been in the same variant for what? Like, that's not how this works. But hopefully they got through it. I don't know. But you can't base like your schedule, like how you make the difficulty of something off. You have to do it off the general population, and not the population that read guides. Like the whole point of making guides is to help people if they if they need it. Guide shouldn't be a requirement. How these restrictions compare to Ren's on like worse. Worse. Ren's is fine. Ren's is a spreadsheet. You can make a spreadsheet. And I talk about that in my guide. I even have a sample. I even have a picture of my spreadsheet that I used. You can make a spreadsheet and you can get through it. Because it's really a planning variant. That's all it is. You're rewarded if you make a plan. And that's what I want. This is a puzzle game. You're solving puzzles. Every variant is its own unique little puzzle. This is like, hey, we want you to put together this puzzle, but every 7,500 areas, we're gonna flip the table over. We're gonna flip the table over and take some of the puzzle pieces away. Like, what? What? Hey, Lurking Rider. Yeah, you missed yesterday, Lurking Rider. Yeah. I wish I'd missed yesterday. You can do mine, but that's only works if your account is developed as mine and you have all those same champions. Right, for Ren. There is an amount of development needed. Wonder how Saturday is going to go. I wonder too. Yeah. Because at this point, I don't even know if I'm going to have it unlocked on Saturday. We'll see. We got lucky. The ball. I was like, why do we still have the same two champions? The ball went to black. All right. So the odds are in the favor that it'll go to red and I can keep Whittle. Well, you got to be real careful, Dilettante, with putting in champions you're just like Split the Party. You can't put anyone that you want to lose in. Everybody you put in, you have to be comfortable with having them at the end. And that's painful for 1,200 areas. Yeah, this is the only strategy that exists. So there's two parts to this strategy. I should be clear. But the one viable strategy is truly viable strategy if you don't have every champion at 10,000 item levels or some ridiculous thing, right? The only viable strategy is to use as few champions as possible as you move along. The strategy that goes along with that is always remember that green has the best odds of you getting to keep the champion. Doesn't mean you will. It just means it has the best odds. Like we're about to have to go to 3 champions now, right? I can't use Briv. Well, I'm not going to use Briv. I just need to get him. I need to not have him showing. Let's do Roman. So again, the other part is that you have to remember your math, right? The best odds of keeping a champion are by putting them on green, because there's only 2 greens. Doesn't mean you're going to get to keep them. It's just the best odds. After that, the best odds are whatever color the ball is on, right? Because if the ball is on a black or a red, then there's only 3 others of those, so that's fewer places for it to land. And the opposite, like here, red has the highest odds of landing, but nothing's guaranteed. Oh my god. Okay. So now I'm going to move Whittle to red, and I'm going to keep playing these odds. I'm going to keep playing these odds. Supercharged core. I did not. Thank you for the reminder. So yeah, just know the odds. I try to play the odds, but understand the house always wins. You learned that in the first one, right? The house always wins. So you're going to lose at some point. Yeah. So frustrating. Monastic, how are you killing armored enemies in one shot? Like, it should have to tick through. Or are you saying it lasts for that many seconds, or are you saying the value is that much? Because it shouldn't matter how much damage is coming in on an armored enemy. Does the ball always move? Well, it's a roulette wheel. This is simulating a roulette wheel. So the ball spins around the roulette wheel and lands on a color. Sometimes it can land on the same color. Sometimes it will land on a different color. Sometimes it'll land on the same spot it took off from, because that's just how roulette works. Didn't it stay on green? It landed in the exact same spot on the first ball drop. Welcome to roulette. I played the odds and I got screwed. Well, I didn't get. Well, yeah, I got screwed because it took Bruner. So it absolutely can roll. My strategy isn't assuming it can't roll the same formation slot. My strategy is assuming that it can roll the same formation slot. The best odds are still green, otherwise the color it's on. Like green and or the color it's on. There we go. We went to black again. Now I'm gonna move back to black. Back to black. Can I do this some other way? I can't. I could do it like that. Yeah, we'll do that's There is a strategy that we used kind of towards the end, which is you split as you get more champions. Put one good champion and one bad champion. One champion you want to lose along with one champion you want to keep on each color. And that way, no matter what color it lands on, you only lost one good champion, right? Or 2, depending on, how many you've fleshed out, but then you're also keeping the bad ones. But yeah, it can absolutely land on the same spot, yeah. Yeah, Monastic, it sounds like there's a bug with that ability. Because you should never be able to one-shot. It doesn't matter how much damage you're doing, you should never be able to one-shot an armored enemy. It sounds like what it's doing is removing lots of chunks with one hit, and that sounds like that. If that's not what that... I don't recall that ability doing that. So... Oh, I see what you're saying, Art. Okay. That is true. Yeah. I'm just kind of going for... Here, we'll do it this way. I'm just kind of hoping... again, I keep forgetting because I think like I would have designed it so it can't land on the spot that it took off from first. And then I would make it always change colors, but that's not how roulette works. They decided to make actual gambling in the game instead of a game. Like, and no, gambling is not a game. I don't care what people say. Gambling is not a game. Yeah, they decided to put actual gambling in the game. I get what you're saying now. Thank you. I hate this variant. I don't even like gambling in Vegas. And then they put it in this game. Is this variant allowed in the EU? All right, we lost. Come on. Great. Aye. Give me some Electrum chests. Yeah, monastic, but the Black Dragon spec is only supposed to allow you to get an extra. Okay, hold on. Let me pull up the Windfall block. Because it sounds like they just really broke it. It's just a successful attack against those targets breaks an additional piece of armored or segmented health. So in a single additional piece. And it's not doing a dot. Right? It's not doing a bud-based dot. Bud-based dots, like if you can absolutely delete somebody with like the Krull's ultimate, the Krultimate, or Corazon's ultimate, you know, if they've got armored segments because all the pools land on one person and they just race through ticking them off. Same with Corazon. But bud-based dots are supposed to tick every second. So if it's just instantly deleting them all, then there's a bug. For some reason, it's applying. It sounds like the spec choice or the spec item is boosting the number of segments that get removed, as well as the amount of seconds of bud. Which, yeah, that seems broken. The increasing the number of segments seems broken, and that sounds like what it's doing. It's not the amount of damage. It's not the number of seconds that it's giving for bud-based damage. They're probably fine with that for the reasons stated in chat, but it probably shouldn't be increasing the number of seconds or the segments removed. And I find that absolutely hilarious. A one shot. Yeah, let's introduce a champion that just one shots armored, like segmented health enemies, not even armored, just all segmented health enemies. Just one hit and they're gone. She is the breaker role. I'm on the brute squad. You are the brute squad. Next Wednesday for a guide to Windfall on Reddit. I don't know. I was gonna have it posted Saturday morning, but here we are, still trying to unlock her. Against some of the bosses, making sure not to use up armatures is probably a good idea. That's what I'm trying to do. The other game I'm playing, it's Raid Shadow Legends. I gotta have something while this just slowly plods along. I gotta have something else. Take my mind off this frustration. Yeah, he can't do this for formation save. I was saying that yesterday. This can't be formation saved. You just have to do this because nobody can give you a formation to get through it. Right? Thanks to your help / bad luck yesterday, I was able to do this level last night. I'm glad you got it done. I'm glad you got it done. Oh, and as predicted, I ended up with an 8,000 or 6,000 silver chests overnight. and 3.4 million more gems today after I spent them all yesterday. Oh, I should put this. Okay. I need to put Grandma on green. So yeah, green is the only place you can place someone and feel like they have the odds to be safe, but they're not safe. Or, you know, they have better odds of not being lost, but they're not safe. They're not safe at all. Prudence, yeah, Lurking Rider Prudence has kind of always needed a rework, in my opinion. But yeah, better odds is less doomed. I don't know. I don't even know that it's less doomed. I don't even know what number we're jumping on anymore. Is it 450 or 451? I don't know. 451 probably. Freaking gazers! How dare they? How dare they? At item level 100, she's taking off 7 segments. That's then for some reason it's boosting the number of segments removed. The item is boosting number of segments removed instead of just boosting the seconds of damage. But I'm working my way to get all champions unlocked. Yeah, I mean that's a long-term goal. Yeah. I am down with the gotta catch them all. It's just this one is frustrating. But this is very, very end game. Feels like. Well, late game at least. I'm not end game. I'm late game. So this is late game. Late game variant. It'll be much easier for end game people to do. Okay, we lost Whittle. All right. I don't have to necessarily look in her seat. I really want to save Carlock for the end. I really, really do. I don't know that it's going to happen, but I would like to please have Carlock at the end. Do we go Crux? You know what? We are. When you get to the crux of the problem. Actually, I don't even know. I mean, I could lose either of these. I would be upset over losing either of these. Let me put it that way. Yeah, the gem farming is, you know, speed champions specifically. Certain speed champions. Not all speed champions are gem farmers. What is this graphic back here? The ball can land anywhere, Peter. It's roulette. It's if you've never seen roulette, roulette is a wheel with all kinds of with alternating colors, and it spins constantly. It's just constantly spinning. Or well, not constantly, but when it's going, it's spinning, and then the what is it? Whatever the name of the person is, like spins the ball, the little white ball, into an outer ring, and it goes around and like and then it falls down and bounces around and lands in a slot. It can literally land anywhere. From one run to the next, it could land in the same slot. It could land in a different color. It could land on the same color. Yeah. Roulette wheel has numbers though, and usually you can play based off colors or you can play based off numbers. They put gambling in Isle Champions, is what I'm saying. You're gambling with your champions. The odd thing is it's actually, you know, the worst odds in gambling and roulette are to put things on green, but the best odds are to put things on green here. So it's kind of has the reverse, a reverse split of odds. Well, that's actual gambling. I mean, that would be even more gambling. Like bet some gems on it or bet some patron currency. No, that would probably get banned in the EU. I don't know. It's, everything gets banned in the EU now. It would definitely be banned in Quebec. Isn't it Quebec? Isn't it Quebec who knows what they did? Isn't that Quebec? It's been so long since anybody said that. Yeah. Quebec knows what they did, and what they did is protect their people from manipulative gambling scenarios. Well, it's my understanding that the law is basically just that if you're going to If you're going to do lotteries, which giveaways on streams are technically lotteries, if you're going to have a lottery, you have to, I think the rule is you have to put down a bond in Quebec. You're going to do them there to protect, and it's to protect citizens from getting screwed over. And this is fine for, I'm not a lawyer. Again, this is just it was my understanding when I read up on it a long time ago. Or I could be confusing it with another, it could be confusing with like Florida, who knows. But you put in a bond, and so, you know, streamers and game studios don't want to put up a bond in Quebec. Right? You know, game studios don't want to have to, you know, put money down there just to be able to do giveaways for their communities. So they just say, well, we don't give away in Quebec. And it's not that they don't like Quebec. It's that Quebec wants to protect people. You know what? Vin Ursa. I don't. I don't know. I don't think it matters right now. Hey, we hit soft cap. Are we able to kill anything though? No. No. Don't have the damage. Okay. So now we go to 3. And then there were 3 champions. Who do I don't know. I saw my Digihira and I just got screwed. I need a DPS support. I mean, Birdsong would be great, but this feels early for Birdsong. Yorvin. The bunny beast. There we go. Yeah, it protects you from gambling, but it makes it unable to participate in free raffles. Exactly. Yeah. You know, downsides, upsides, downsides. $36.6. Nope. Good lord. There we go. So this method of putting 1 on each color guarantees I'm losing somebody. It does. Just to be clear. I could just try to try to double down. I could try to go all in on a single color, but then I could lose everybody. So right now I'm just accepting that I can lose someone every time. I don't like it, but I'm accepting it. That's all I can do. And I'm not going to fully gamble. One year at the Glastonbury Music Festival, some guys sold tickets for a lottery. Only prize their bus. Sunday afternoon prize draw. They left Saturday night in their bus. Well, that's the kind of thing they're trying to protect from, right? Can't believe I'm not even halfway done. Such an exciting stream, folks. It's just like just waiting. Like, okay, I know I'm gonna lose somebody. Which one do I lose? Well, I like that. I prefer that feeling to, oh god, am I gonna keep everybody? Because I could put everybody on red or black, right? But the chance of losing everybody, I just don't want to deal with that. Just don't want to deal with that. Slow, controlled bleeding instead of hemorrhaging. Instead of hemorrhaging, that's what I want. Okay. I need another DPS. Right. Another DPS that could also be a good support. Because that's the thing. I put in Yorvin to save Yorvin, but like there's no way to know who we're gonna end up with. There's just no way to know. Zorbu? Bobby? Oh, we're just gonna die here. Let's just go back. I mean, I could put in Liza. I feel like, but we're only halfway there. This is the painful part because, you know, you need damage. I mean, I could just, if I put in just a support, like, are we going to end up with enough damage? Like, I don't clear it without an actual DPS? I don't know. I don't know. Black Viper's pure DPS. I am not putting a pure DPS in this formation. Ever. Ever. All she does is damage. I'd be going all in on her to the end. That is not a thing I want to do. At all. I can't change here. Time we did Jaheira. I'm going to try again. I had hoped not to, you know, I kind of want it to not end with Jaheira, but we'll see how this turns out. So it's basically taken us an hour to get halfway through this. And look, now we don't have enough damage. It's because of the spec choice on Venersa. Still don't have enough damage. Yorvin was just huge. I put Yorvin in too soon. He had too much damage. We got to bring in a fourth. Got to bring in a fourth. Again, it's challenging because you got to be somebody who's strong enough to go all the way, but also that you can lose because we're only halfway there. And this game isn't that the game isn't that deep. Like they have not done enough reworks to make that a viable consideration. All right, Antreus, I'm really gambling here because this is not a situation I want to be in. At all. This is my favorite Antreus skin, by the way. Or he's pretending to be a Modron. I need to change the skin. Oh no, this is the skin. Yeah, this is the stabby octopus skin for Grama. That's my favorite Grama skin. Yeah, this is Antreus. This is Modron Antreus. For some reason, and this is Modron Venersa. They took two vastly different paths. Like they did these silly Modron skins for some people, and then they did we're actually going to turn them into a Modron for others. Yeah. So. Oh, yeah. He's a one-man Modron band, basically. Got the bells and the everything. Pretty great. E437? Okay. But yeah, we're at the part we're gonna have to have 4 and then 5 and then 6 champions. We're just gonna have to slowly start building up. I shouldn't have put Yorvin in. Yorvin's a huge buffer. I should have kept him for later. I'm regretting that. Yeah, Peter. No, I get it. Yeah, I get it. Because even yesterday I was successful in finishing The House Always Wins. Didn't enjoy a moment of it. So even when you win, you lose. And that's... Yeah. Even if we make it through this, I didn't enjoy this. Well, no, you're giving your time. Only bad video games steal your time. You spend your time enjoyably in a video game. That's the whole point, right? Is to enjoy the way you're spending your time. But when it's unenjoyable, but you feel compelled to play it, then they're stealing your time. Yeah, there's a feeling of having to instead of wanting to. Yes. I enjoy feelings of wanting to go in and do challenging variants. This is one where it feels like I have to. If I want to keep playing the game, I have to do this variant because they locked a champion behind it. Yeah, respect my time. Exactly. Exactly. And I am like right on the knife edge, which raid, which is what's up there, is like with. Am I wanting to play raid or am I having to play raid? And I'm like balanced. It's yeah. So I've been trying to figure this out for a while. Because there's always going to be things in games that have grinds. There's going to be things that you have to grind. Have to. And so the want has to be like, because you just have to get where you want to go, right? So the want has to be enough. You know, I want to do this other thing, which means I have to grind this thing. The wanting has to be enough to keep you going in a game. And I'm just, I don't know, with Rain. Okay, so we're cutting it close on damage. I really should, should have been doing this the whole time. I forgot. It's been a while since I've used Vinner, so I think it's too late. For some reason, she's still in the game in her formation on the way to 1200, and we need damage. I will go back and stack her thing up, I guess. Oh, 100 contracts. Yeah, I'm not doing that now. Champions that we can manually stack, I will do if they're still in for the last run, for the run to the finish line. If I need the damage. But then again, this is also a variant that certain champions you just can't use. I mean, you could burn them early. You could burn like Blue Sheet and Cass early on, but you can't use them and actually access their power, because you can't keep them in. Like, there's no way to make sure they're in the whole run, right? You could try. You could just gamble. Again, it's gambling. I hate it. Hate it. So many chips. I do. Yeah. And I still don't think it's worth it to spend it on Van Ursa right now. Not when there's 3 areas to go before we're gonna find out if we lose her. Okay. Well. Okay. I mean, Balos just sitting there going, I helped you yesterday. Eh? 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 And I'm sitting over going, oh, Balos. I mean, we could try like Evelyn. Could be a good tank. All the way through. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like seat 8. Seat 8 feels bad. Rosie's pure DPS, or I would consider like Warden. Warden can still debuff really well. Blitherin's got a solid buff too, but we don't have a full formation. Yeah, Warden. Let's go try Warden. Not enough damage. Well, Warden. I tried. Okay. The Warden plus somebody else. I mean, Dav is not functional here. Buy is viable. And we could try maybe. It's just the whole I'm gonna lose this person. Like the odds are just that I'm gonna lose this person. You know what, Regis? We're gonna see what happens with you, buddy. Oh yeah, Baloth and Avon were they're still strong. They're just like they didn't lose any of their power. It's just other champions became even stronger, right? I mean, I Jin stacked yesterday for painfully twice to get through. The house always wins, so you know it's still a thing you can do. It's just, you know, after all this time, they never fixed the issue of like enemies building up right on tanks and you not being able to see their health bars or anything. And this variant doesn't help when there's these colored things underneath, and then you really can't see their health when it gets low. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Lurking Rider. I didn't want to put her in this soon because she doesn't have 2 stacks yet. I was thinking Evelyn would be a post 800. Miria is really don't want to use Miria until. But here's the thing: like if I put somebody else in 12, I may not have access to Miria. It's the same with 4. I was gambling with Antreus because I really want to end up with Karlach. She just destroys. Just gives us so much power. Yeah. And with Birdsong, like it didn't really, you know. I mean, we could end up with Jaheira the whole run like we did yesterday. But who I really want here is Birdsong. I'd accept like a tank in Ayla. Air enhancement, yeah. I don't know. Somebody said that you can wipe everybody by switching parties. I don't want to. That to me sounds like a bug, and I don't want to. I really don't want to abuse bugs to try to get through this. Like, if I run into a bug, like yesterday, Bud's Buggy started to trigger, and I was like, well, whatever. I mean, you can't avoid that when it happens, other than just don't use those kind of champions. Um, Also, like yesterday, there was a bug. Briv and Thalora would trigger a removal just by being in. Apparently, the word is they patched that, hotfix that, but I don't know. I don't want to use any kind of bugs. The keywords there is I don't want to use. It doesn't mean I might not if we're like at the end and I get absolutely shafted. I think what I've been trying to figure out, like what is it that it makes you feel that makes it feel so bad? And I think there's like in the more enjoyable variants, you're using your knowledge of the game to build a formation, and then you're trusting that you did a good job, right? And that it's going to work. And you know you could probably make some adjustments towards the end, right? But there's no relying on anything here, right? It doesn't matter how, like, you could make the best decisions, but the ball's going to go where the ball's going to go. And and then split the party again. Split the party's fine. There's only 3 splits. You're only going 50 areas. You can manage the loss. This is 1,200 areas before you even get to the patron versions. That's what feels so bad. Is like you can't even trust your decision making because you're trying to make decisions, but the game's just like, like, and you're done. Oh yeah, filling the extra background parties for the extra buff. I should have thought of that before, huh? I got nothing. I got nothing. Freaking gazers. Freaking gazers. Ah. So it wants another champion. And they attack everyone. Wants another champion, and didn't we we're about to do another swap. I don't wanna. I don't want to put another champion in. So I don't want to put another champion. So this is where we use like 100 contracts. No, wrong kind of contract. Oh, I need bounties. I got to open some chests. Whoopsie. That's what Van Ursa wants, is bounties. we want like 100 of it. This should give me enough. Well, there is a, yeah, there are buffs based off the number of, there's a buff based off the number of champions you have in background parties. That doesn't mean you made the game harder than yourself. I only use it if I absolutely need power in a difficult variant, right? It's the only time I use it. Yeah, got us through. I don't remember where it's at. Is it it's a blessing or it's a perk or it's something? I don't know. Here. And splitting the party. Increase the damage of all champions by 2% multiplicatively for each champion in an adventure party. Applies to all campaigns. So you have 4 parties. Like right now, I could have 39. I could have 2 to the 39 instead of 2 to the 5. Or 2 to the, I could have 2 to the 35 instead of 2 to the 5. If I just parked a bunch of people in a background party. The problem is I need them over here. So like you need to swap back and forth, and if it was if there was a bug that was removing everybody in this party, then that's, yeah. I literally wouldn't normally do that on a variant like this because I wouldn't want to deal with that hassle. Okay, we lost somebody. Who did we? Oh, Warden. Okay. But gamble with Russ. Sure. So yeah, it's just something. It's more something to be aware of if you need extra power in a difficult variant. Those are things that I always worry about later. I don't try to just set everything up from the beginning with little things like that. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I would never put Melf anywhere near this. There's certain champions you just don't put anywhere near these types of adventures. Yeah. Melf is definitely one of them. Are we gonna need, we'll see. Oh, I have all the legendary. Yeah, I have one of all the legendary potions ready, but I don't want to use them. I don't want to. The issue, because again, the issue isn't power. It's just, well, I don't know. Yesterday there were a couple stopping points that were about power, but because I made bad decisions because I wasn't at the time. I wasn't treating it like split the party casino edition. I don't know what I was doing. Yeah, and it ended poorly. Well, I mean, I finished it, but it was just the worst experience. If it was guaranteed to change to a different color each time, it would be better. But I guarantee they're going to be like, but that's not how the roulette works. And no one cares. No one cares how roulette works. What people care about is an enjoyable game experience. Going smoother today? I don't know. That's the problem. I don't know if it's going smoother or not. Just because we haven't run into headache central doesn't mean it's going smoother. Like, we did okay through the early parts yesterday too. Um, well, I'm trying, yeah, Sargona, I'm trying to play the thing where I'm like accepting that I'm losing, you know, roughly an equal number. I don't have 2 on every color at the moment, but I'm losing roughly 2 champions every time. I'm accepting that instead of dealing with the stress of, am I going to lose good champions? Am I lose bad? Am I going to lose any? Like, I don't want that. Yesterday, that literally made me want to just quit playing the game. So it's easier for me to just accept that I'm going to lose a certain number of these champions. Oh, the Duck Detective team posted that they have an overwhelmingly positive rating for Ghost of Glamping with a 99% in less than a week. We played it. It was fun. It was fun. Yeah, they did a good job. Okay. So we lost Rust. Okay. Okay, 800s now. Okay, now I'm bringing in Evelyn. Evelyn feels better here. We're going to go for this one because of the frickin' gazers. Frickin' gazers. We may need even more power. Yeah. Now we're going to need 6. Rust was strong. Again, put Rust in too early. But I didn't know he was going to knocked out that quick. Okay. So we need somebody down here. Right. Here, what's your... I mean, we could bring in Hitch, but that's even more gambling. Hold on. rear 2 columns. So we can put her here. We put him here. And we can put Gale back here. Okay, now we are two on a color. So well, it's difficult versus frustrating, right? That's what I posted on Reddit. In their official post thread, I was like, the difference between difficult and frustrating, and this is the latter. You know, it's what it is. Again, I think this could have had a very vastly different reception if we had whatever the new legendary system is that they want to change things to, right? Where legendary power is like you earn it and it's available to all your champions somehow magically instead of just being stuck on a single champion. This becomes a much, well, I shouldn't say much. It becomes a bit less frustrating because that power is available everywhere. So you have a stronger, like your roster is strong just overall. This is still gambling with my time, and I don't like gambling my time because here we are. We're at 850. Is this a... No, we just lost at 825. So I've got to go 50 more areas. So I need to add another champion. Oh, okay, we got through it. How did... I don't know. Don't care. We got there somehow. But it is subjective? I don't know if difficult and frustrating is subjective. I think you could make some objective statements here. And I think the objective statement is this is gambling with people's time. Because you can get through to the last split but get shafted. And all that time you spent micromanaging 1,125 areas of changes. Well, too bad. So sad. Yeah. Because there's no, like with every other variant, like I usually love evergreen variants. They're usually my favorite variants because there's some way that you can figure out to attack them. Like there's a plan that you can make and that you can follow, because there's some way to game the system every time. Whether it's making a spreadsheet, whether it's oh god, I'm losing my mind. I mean, spreadsheets are the big one. Whether it's understanding the mechanic, like in the bully 4 scenarios, where you're figuring out beforehand who you're going to feed into the system to have the bully out, the bullywug knock out. Like there's ways you can figure out these mechanics. There isn't anything here. All you can do is it is split the party again. That's what helped me yesterday when somebody said it's split the party casino edition. It is. And split the party normally is manageable because you're only going 50 areas. You only have 3 splits to manage. And that is vastly easier. Right? It's still frustrating for people. People still find going 50 areas with 3 splits to be incredibly challenging. And so now we're doing I did the math wrong, I think. Hold on. It's 1,200 areas, but you're not splitting the first time and the second time. So it's divided by 75. So it should be 14 splits. 14 splits. Nah. No thanks. And a random number of champions that you're losing each time. I mean, I'm to the point where it's going to be a fixed number. We're going to lose 2 for a while, but it's fixed and split the party, right? But it's if you were doing it, I mean, obviously the key here is the only strategy you can give is to do it with as few champions as possible as you're going forward and distribute yourself around the colors evenly. Guarantee you're going to lose champions, sure, but then you don't have to deal with the gambling, or you're minimizing the effect of the gambling. All you can do is minimize the effect. You can't get rid of it. I think Monastic did it for Elminster already. Are we going to get through this? I don't know. I was kind of waiting for the random. For a random power spike. We're not getting it. All right. Do I just want to try over leveling? I think I have to add somebody in. I don't think I can. Because we've got to go another, 25 areas after this. Oh, no. Oh, no. Do I try to use Dragon Bait? Here's the problem, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try to use Dragon Bait. And now we're to the point where it's not equal. And now I'm worried that a bad roll loses me more people than I want to lose. Yeah, I haven't done any of Ren's patron variants. I feel like at some point, well, I mean, they don't have to. To me, it feels like at some point they're going to have to address the fact that there isn't any point to doing all the patron variants. But I guess they could just choose not to. But it's like, it feels like if you're making content for the game, but you're just kind of accepting people aren't going to play it. I don't know. where the vast majority of people are going to play it, because it feels like that's what these types of variants are. Yeah, Viners is still in. Like, what the hell? I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. And I don't want to move. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to lose Viners and Evelyn at the same point here soon. Maybe right now. Nope. Oh, dang. Okay. Okay. Just put him in. Oh. Wow. Okay, that was a big clear of the board. I just lost 3. So I think we're gonna move some pieces around here. Not gonna lie, that one felt bad. I literally just put Dragon Bait in. That's welcome to the suck. Maybe Nova? We're getting into some, you know, a place where we have strong swaps available. But we're, you know, who knows if we're going to lose them or not. Like, do we have a backup plan? Avandra. I don't think so. We can always change it later. Yeah, we're not going to have any damage. Okay. DPS though. Do I try for DPS support at this stage and hope they stick around? Do I go to Birdsong? Is this the Birdsong phase? I think it is. I think this is Birdsong. And just cross our fingers. I stuck mid-game around 650 or so. What should I focus on doing? Patrons and patron variants? What I need to know is what campaign are you doing, Alec? The area doesn't mean as much as the campaign you're currently working on. Like, you know, are you going through the list and picking up evergreens? Like, how are you progressing overall? Well, but buffs based on the number of adventures variants doesn't mean you do them all. It just means you do a bulk of them, and then you can be like, well, that's enough power, right? I have all the evergreens, and they're all purple. So, well, you don't have all the evergreens. I want to be clear. Not if you're only going 600, 650 areas. I need to know what campaign you're doing. And you know what campaign you're doing. So like over here, like what's your progress? Like I'm assuming you've done a bit of at least a bit of Grand Tour. I feel like you're probably done with. I would hope you're done with Tomb and Waterdeep. Are you in Baldur's Gate? Are you in Icewind Dale? Like where you at? Yeah, Toy. I get it. I get it. All right, hold on. I gotta turn this out. I gotta blow my nose. Okay, that's better. I'm out of power again. So, am I using my champions correctly? I don't always use all these. Yeah, she's fine. He's fine. We're in the back too. In front. Yeah, everybody's acceptably placed. So we just need more power. And it can't be same column. It has to be something else. I feel like Nova is a strong tanking buffing choice here. All right. I think we're going to go like that. Still, that makes red real risky. Can't get around that, though. Can't get around that, though. It's okay, Alice. Just finished regular Grand Tour with still variants available. Then I have to. Okay, so you just need to be progressing through. Here's what you need to work on. That link. Go to that link. And there's your progressive power path through the game. Yeah. Yeah, it's not that you have to do like all the variants in campaigns. You just need to do the storyline, need to grab the evergreens, and you need to move on. And it's only when you really when you get to Baldur's Gate. Like honestly, if you've got decent power right now, you want to get the evergreens out of Tomb of Annihilation, and then you want to do enough of Waterdeep to qualify for Vajra as a patron, and then maybe skip Waterdeep and go straight to Baldur's Gate. I did that in the last one. Just depends on your power, but overall, that's the kind of progression stages to follow. Green slots have a lower chance of being selected since they're only 2 out of 10. Yeah, math says yes. It's a roulette wheel. Got Dante. It's just the ball goes up in the air, spins around, and falls somewhere. There's you know, and just it's literally just the fact that there's only 2 green spots means green is the safer place, which actually means I should switch this to this. Because I actually would like to keep Evelyn, but I could get rid of Avandra. It'd be fine. Better put the strongest buffers in them. You're still probably gonna lose them. That's the thing. There's no guarantees. It could just land on green multiple times in a row. They are safer slots, but safer in it isn't safe. It's just safer. And you have to be okay with that. Yeah. So I put champions in the greens that I would be comfortable keeping the entire run, but I understand I could lose them. Yeah, if you've been going hard on patrons that early, it's a lot of grinding. You've been doing a lot of grinding, which I don't usually recommend, but yeah, that's why I don't recommend grinding through the patron stuff early. You just have no time to do anything else. Yeah, round and round she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. That's yeah. Welcome to roulette. Peter, as best we can tell, it's we were looking yesterday. I was trying to watch, like, can it, I mean, the things we were looking for is, can it land on the same slot you know, repeatedly? Like, can it land on the same slot it was in? Yes. Does it always change? Like, is there any kind of pattern of rotation? We didn't see one. Doesn't mean that there might not be. But you'd have to play this variant so many times to figure that out. I don't know anybody that would want to do that to themselves. What area were we on? 970s. So 3 more splits. Folks, my brain doesn't want to math. Is that 3 more splits? Well, it's not. We're not at the end, so I guess that's enough to know. Do I freely? We just put Nova in and we just lost her. Two more splits. Thank you, Art. My brain doesn't want it. 2 days in a row of this, my brain doesn't want it. Lutheran, oh, did we lose? We did. We finally lost Vin Ursa. Okay. So I can move Birdsong around. I'm not restricted to the back anymore. I could put Vlithrin in. She's not bad. I'm not sure if she's going to be good enough for if she stays in. Freely will be good enough. Good enough for you, it's good enough. For me, it's good enough. Alright, he can't be on a red slot, though. Well, actually, he can be on a red slot. She needs to be on the green slot. Birdsong I would like to keep to the end. I would like to keep to the end. I got a lot more power. I need. Okay. Man, did it have to land on that black spot? Yeah. Can't even put. All right. We're all in now, I guess, folks. Not completely, but we're getting real close to being all in on this. Yeah. If I'm putting Miria in, I think I need one more still. I wanted to see what my damage was because she's pretty strong. Yeah, I need one more champion. Oh. I'm gonna gamble. I'm gambling with the Duke. I'm gambling with the Duke. We really are. This is really gambling with my end run strategy here. Oh, and I hate it. I have one open slot in the formation. I am keeping Karlach ready. Karlach is my final girl. He's my final girl. Oh no, this is a horror variant. It is a horror variant. It is. This is a horror variant. And she's the final girl. Yeah. Karlach is 1126. Yes, she is. She goes in at 1126, and I want to be able to leave that spot open specifically for her to go in at 1126. So at 1050, I could lose. Do this. No, I can't. Those are 3 good and one's on black. No, yes. No, yes. Hold on. Yeah, no, this would be fine. No, I really want to lose red though. I shouldn't really want to lose a color. So do it like this, right? We'll equalize here a bit. Miria Freely and Gale. Yeah, so if I lose Freely, Caddy Bree comes in. If I lose Gale, either Orkira or Esmeralda come in. If I lose Miria, it could be Penelope, could be Bobby, could be Vi. If we lose Avandra, we could bring in. Well, I don't know. There's stuff we could move Grama up to the front. We lose. Yeah, I've got swaps here. We've got swaps. But it took this long to get to them, like to get to the point where it's now like, okay, there's a little less stress. But can we get to? We got a lot of power. We should be able to get to 1050 with this power. Yeah, Lydia, this is unenjoyable for me. For me. Fine if other people enjoy this. This is absolutely unenjoyable for me. This is stress I didn't need in my life. It's literally just like, okay, I'm just waiting until the next split to know if like, I don't know. I think I've got them split fairly equally between champions I'm willing to lose and champions that I'm not. So it doesn't matter where the ball lands. I will get mad if it lands on green. I will. But I will accept it. Yeah, I gotta do a tutorial show on this on Saturday. That's the part I don't relish. I didn't. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Wait, where am I at? 1050. 1050. Okay, I gotta get to 1125 still. Yeah, you're gonna wait forever. Okay. So we spurt? Phrasing. Valentine? I lost Duke. Frustrating, but I had to split up my losses. Do I just add frustration to frustration and use Narak? I think we go here. Do I gamble again? This is all gambling. This is all gambling. What do I mean, do I gamble again? This is all gambling. I want to leave one slot open. But now I only have 2 tanks. They're good. Ren wasn't a big buffer. It didn't seem like. And I want that. Oh man. No, a champion who can't be removed by from a formation by anything is just another square hole in idle champions. We don't need more square holes in idle champions. They need to take out the square holes that they put in the first place. I don't think I care about the tank. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do the thing. I think you go here. You know, that doesn't work. You go here. It maybe goes up here. No. Let me go here. Maybe. Or we... There. That's what we did. Oh my god. Alright, I gotta blow my nose again. Okay. Judas, you have a potion of polish and you want to use it on Carlock, but not sure which care piece. As odd as it's going to sound, the best choice is her slot 6. Getting her ultimate back faster is how you keep her in her power mode more often. Because she is only at full power when she has fired off her ultimate, and it has a super long cooldown, and it resets after every boss kill. So you have to be able to get it back up again as quickly as possible. Because she doesn't necessarily scale off her gear super huge. I mean, I do have lots of goldens on her, but that's not, her scaling just comes from that ultimate being on and getting stacks. I wonder what the next Evergreen unlock is going to look like. I don't even. It better not be gambling with my time again. Better not be. Yeah. And thank you, Art, for pointing out I had the wrong number on things. That could have gone poorly. We'll see. We'll see. If it lands on black, I'm going to blame you. If it lands on red, thank you. See how this works? Damn it, Art. Why did you do that to me, Art? Why? No, okay. We're fine. We're fine. Okay. This is it. This is it, right? I have to double check. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Final form. We could do Cridal tanking. We can have them supporting. I'm putting in Carlock as DPS. That's already what we're doing. I mean, that's exactly what we're doing. Who else? We want. Oh, we need to be here. You need to be here. You need to be here because you go here. Yeah, colors don't matter anymore. I know. I know the final run. I know how to build a final run. That part's the easy part. But I still want to make sure that we have plenty of power. I think Carlock's just gonna smash. Yeah, we're already at 3-9. We're in the 3. No, wait, no, we're falling. That's decaying. But that doesn't count. Yeah, we're gonna go BBEG and Cridal. But Cridal wants back to. Oh, Cridal wants back to. We'll do this. What we don't get is Miria's buff, but I don't care. Well, you know what? We can get Miria's buff. We can do it like that. Birdsong can tank. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. 450. Yeah, here we go. 450 damage. We're good. I am not doing this again. I am not doing this again this weekend. I'm going to talk about it. I can't do this again, folks. I can't do this live on the show. That's the problem. It takes too long. This has taken just about 2 hours. I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to do it again. We're gonna at least start and show people how, like, demonstrate. But God, but then I'm gonna have to finish it again on my own. Could I VOD this run? I guess I could, in a sense. Not really, because I don't have the editing software to just pull the frame out. Oh, I know what I could do. Yeah, I can run a VOD of this, and then I can jump to different points. I can absolutely do that. That's what I'm going to have to do, because I'm not doing this again. Did I post a second code yesterday? I did. I did. You can find it in the Discord, official Discord. There is no pattern snobbager that we know of. I don't think anybody's, I mean, you could go through VODs, but nobody's going to do it over and over again to try to figure out a pattern. No, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to have this being in the process of done. I'm literally just going to show this video. I'm going to jump through the video. Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Just do it for Mert later. No. No. No, thanks. I deserve chocolate for that. It's Cadbury cream egg time, folks. Yay! Yay! Ugh. Mm-hmm. Pardon the pattern. What were you talking about right before the break? Oh, Art pointed out that I had 4 on one color and 3 on another, or 2 on another, instead of splitting them evenly. And so I moved one. And of course it ended up that if I had left it that way, I would have saved that champion. But yeah. Yeah, it's just I was trying to keep 2 on green and 3 on red and 3 on black. And I had ended up with 4 on one color. Just I wasn't paying attention. This is mentally draining. So, there you go.
Job's done.
Wow, you got black every time? That's just random. Yeah. That's so random. And now the game is going to crash and it's not going to record my completion. I'm going to have to do it again. What's going on? There we go. Oh. Thanks. I hate